One day, Aristotle and Alexander the Great were walking along the banks of a serene river. The sun was beginning to dip toward the horizon, painting the water in shades of gold and crimson. Alexander, unusually quiet, sat on a rock, his gaze fixed on the flowing water. Aristotle, observing the young king, asked gently, "What occupies your mind, my son?" Alexander, troubled and contemplative, replied, "Master, is it wise to keep everything in one's heart? Sometimes it feels as though, if I speak all that I feel and know, I might feel lighter, freer." Aristotle smiled knowingly. "Ah, Alexander," he said, "this very thought is the greatest deception. The world often crushes those whose hearts are too transparent. Words are powerful tools, but they can also be weapons against their own speaker. Wisdom lies not in speaking everything, but in discerning what must remain unsaid. Just as treasures are safely locked away in a vault, some truths, emotions, and plans must remain hidden within you. Guard them well, for the strength of a man is often measured by his restraint." He paused, drawing a deep breath, and continued, "Today, I shall teach you 7 truths, 7 matters that, no matter how close someone may seem, must never be revealed. For if these truths leak out, they will be used against you, and even the closest companions may become instruments of your undoing." Alexander leaned in, eager to learn, as Aristotle began his instruction. The first truth: never reveal the private troubles of your home. "Alexander," Aristotle said solemnly, "the first principle of life is this: the problems within your household must never be displayed to the outside world. Whether it be quarrels, disagreements, or personal grief, keep them confined to your inner circle. Sharing them outside is not an act of trust, but an invitation for interference." He narrated an illustrative tale. "Once a young disciple came to me in tears. 'Master,' he said, 'there was conflict in my home. My father scolded my mother, and my brother stormed out in anger. I told my friends about it. I asked him, 'And what happened then?' He said, 'They mocked me or gave unsolicited advice, and the situation worsened.' When the fissures of a home are exposed, people do not seek to mend them. They exploit them. Sympathy is rare. Curiosity and gossip are plentiful. Remember, Alexander, if your domestic issues are made public, the foundation of your household shakes. The respect of those outside your family diminishes. The secret woes of a home, if kept discreet, remain manageable. Exposed, they become ruinous. Preserve your private matters. Limit them to those who truly belong to your inner circle. For the outside world, if it knows, it does not help. It spreads salt where it should have spread balm." The second truth: never reveal your wealth or earnings. Aristotle continued, his voice steady and deliberate. "The second principle is of utmost importance. Never boast about your wealth, your treasures, or the fruits of your labor. Pride in earnings invites envy, and envy brings harm. Consider this. Once a king of a neighboring land proudly displayed his wealth to his courtiers. Gold coins, precious gems, and vast riches. In a matter of days, his neighbors plotted against him, attacking and seizing his treasures. Wealth is safest when hidden. To reveal it is to place yourself before thieves, opportunists, and those whose hearts are poisoned by greed. Observe carefully, Alexander, the patterns of those who prosper. Do the truly wealthy parade their earnings? Number, because they understand this. Where knowledge of wealth spreads, so does demand, envy, and schemes. If people perceive that you have abundance, some will approach under the pretense of friendship, others will seek to undermine you, and a few will simply envy your success. Hidden wealth is secure wealth. It protects not only your treasures, but also your peace of mind. The third truth: keep your plans and future strategies secret. Aristotle leaned forward, his eyes fixed on Alexander. Plans are like seeds, my son. If you reveal them too early, others will steal or destroy them. Until your plan is fully realized, let it remain a thought, nurtured quietly in your mind. Announcing your intentions prematurely is an invitation for failure. He recounted a story. A merchant once planned to open a large spice shop in his town. Excited, he told all his relatives, friends, and neighbors about it. Soon, a cunning man set up a similar shop nearby, undercutting him, and claimed the market for himself. By the time the merchant arrived with his preparations, the opportunity had passed. Every idea is a seed, Alexander. Sow it, nurture it, but reveal it only when the fruit is ready. The power of a plan lies in its silence. Publicizing your intentions brings unnecessary scrutiny, advice, and criticism. Keep your course private until your efforts are complete. This is true in governance, battle, and enterprise. The world neither safeguards your plans nor takes responsibility for your failures. Speak only when the work is done. The fourth truth, never reveal your weaknesses. Aristotle's expression turned grave. The day you share your weaknesses with others is the day you invite your downfall. Even those who appear loyal often remain close only as long as they benefit from your strength. Once your vulnerability is known, that knowledge becomes a weapon in capable or unscrupulous hands. He narrated an example. A warrior feared the arrows of the enemy. He confided in his closest companion, "If arrows strike, I will retreat." Time passed and that companion betrayed him, directing the first volley of arrows at the very man who had trusted him. Knowledge of weakness becomes a precision tool for your adversaries. Alexander, the strong conceal their fears, the brave hide their scars. A king shows resilience, not fragility. Keep your doubts, fears, and weaknesses to yourself. They remain yours alone, until transformed into the strength that guides your actions. The fifth truth, never publicize your charity. Aristotle's lips curved in a faint, knowing smile. Charity loses its virtue when announced. Giving to the needy or helping the helpless is an act of wisdom and moral duty. But if you trumpet it, it becomes prideful display, not selfless service. One of the students asked, "Master, if we provide food to the hungry or education to the deserving, should we not inform others of our deeds?" Aristotle shook his head gently. When giving is spoken of, it becomes tainted. Let your good deeds remain unseen, for they are like lamps that illuminate darkness without the need for an audience. A king once announced in his court that he had given hundreds of cattle to the priests. The people applauded, yet in his dreams, a wise elder appeared and said, "Your deed carries no merit, for you proclaimed it." True charity is silent, for its reward is not applause, but the preservation of virtue and the quiet enrichment of your soul. The sixth truth, never recount your failures or humiliations. He continued, his voice solemn. All men face defeat and shame, but recounting these experiences repeatedly only magnifies them. Sharing your misfortunes transforms them from private lessons into public ridicule. Aristotle glanced at Alexander. A soldier lost a battle and went to every village, telling all how he had been betrayed and wronged. Some showed sympathy, but most laughed. When he returned to battle, the enemy anticipated his weaknesses, expecting failure. Remember, Alexander, transform your defeats into silent lessons. Wear your failures as internal armor, not banners for others to witness. True strength is seen not in recounting losses, but in rising again quietly and letting the results speak for themselves. The seventh truth, never openly express your emotions. Aristotle's tone grew soft but piercing. The heart of a man is the greatest mystery. Those who reveal their anger, attachments, or pain freely risk breaking themselves before others. When you display grief, anger, or attachment, people rarely offer support. They calculate, they exploit, they find the chink in your armor. He explained further, if you declare whom you love or hate, your enemies learn your vulnerabilities. If you expose your suffering, it becomes fodder for manipulation. Emotions are like gold, precious, powerful, and most potent when guarded. The world respects the calm facade, the measured reaction, the silent resolve. Alexander, the one who burns with fire inside but shows only cool shadow outside, wields the greatest strength. Confide only in those whose hearts are selfless. To the rest, let your visage remain composed, your words few, and your mind your own. Alexander lowered his head, understanding deepening in his eyes. Master, I see now. Even in the closest of relationships, there are matters too sacred, too potent to be shared. Keeping them hidden is wisdom itself. Aristotle placed a hand on Alexander's shoulder. Indeed, my son. This is the armor of life. Wear it well, and none can break you. The 7 principles. Keep your household's troubles private. Guard your wealth. Protect your plans. Conceal your weaknesses. Keep charity silent. Hide defeats and veil your emotions. These are not restrictions. They are shields that preserve your peace, your power, and your legacy. He looked at the young king with intensity and concluded, Alexander, remember, even the most intimate bonds must respect these boundaries. Nothing can pierce a man who masters the art of discretion. The world will always test you, attempt to sway you, and challenge your resolve. But the man who speaks selectively, acts judiciously, and guards his inner life remains untouchable. Alexander rose, his eyes reflecting a newfound clarity. Master, I understand. I will wield my words as carefully as I wield my sword, and guard my heart as I guard my kingdom. In silence lies strength, in discretion, power, and in restraint, wisdom. Aristotle smiled, satisfied. Then you are ready, Alexander. Go forth, conquer, but remember, the truest victories are those achieved with the mind and the heart intact. Speak with wisdom, act with caution, and let your silence guard you as much as your armies ever could. The river flowed on, calm and eternal, witnessing the lesson of a lifetime. Alexander sat quietly, absorbing each word, realizing that while his conquest would echo through history, the greatest triumphs might well be the unseen battles, the ones within himself. And so, the 7 truths remained with him, guiding every decision, every alliance, every victory, and every defeat. 1. Guard your family's secrets. 2. Conceal your wealth. 3. Keep your plans private. 4. Hide your weaknesses. 5. Let your charity remain unseen. 6. Do not recount defeats or humiliations. 7. Control the revelation of your emotions. These principles became the invisible threads of Alexander's might, the silent strength behind his legendary name, and the wisdom passed from master to disciple, from Aristotle to Alexander, the greatest of kings, tempered not just by ambition, but by discretion.